Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at something a little different, but very much a home gadget you'll appreciate, and one you might not want to leave home without: a portable power station. In simple terms, a power station combines a high capacity battery with an inverter to deliver mains power, plus a solar charge controller, so you can take it straight in from the solar panels or mains, giving you the ultimate in flexibility. Around that core, you get a spread of outlets: USB-A, USB-C, AC mains power, and on this unit, a key wireless charger. For charging, you can find it via the solar, a wall outlet, or even through your car's 12-volt cigarette lighter. In the box, you get the ALLPOWERS R600 itself, which is 282mm wide, 193mm tall, and 199mm deep, and weighs in at 5.6 kilograms. To the front, you get two mains power sockets that are covered by all-weather protection silicone covers. You have a switch to the right-hand side that allows you to power cycle both sockets. To the right, you get two USB-A's and two USB-C sockets, which again can be turned on or off by the switch to the left-hand side. Note that this applies to all four sockets and not individually. This is also the power switch for the wireless charger that's located on top of the power unit itself. And if you press the power unit for 3 seconds, then the Bluetooth radio turns on or off. This allows the power station to be connected to the ALLPOWERS application. We'll cover that later on. Above the USB sockets is an LED light, ideal for emergencies or camping. This is controlled by its own power switch, which is directly above the mains power switch of the unit. Then you have a large color LED display. More on that later. And finally, to the front, there is a cigarette socket that you can use for powering appropriately plugged camping devices. To the right side, there is a flap that covers the sockets from the elements. Here you have the mains input for charging purposes. Here there is an XT60 socket that can be plugged directly into your solar panels. And in between these two sockets, there is a pop-out fuse, which allows for overcurrent protection. All around the unit there is venting to allow for excellent ventilation and heat dissipation, which is essential for keeping your unit working at maximum efficiency. Now, we've already covered all those socket types that are available, but that's only half the story. Any power station is only as good as the battery that powers all of those sockets. The R600, as the name infers, can provide 600 watts of power, so that's 600 watts for 1 hour or 150 watts for 4 hours, excluding power losses due to inverter inefficiencies. This 600 watts can be provided through any of the sockets, dependent upon their maximum power output. So that's 36 watts maximum through the USB-A sockets, 200 watts max through the USB-C sockets, so you can be charging your laptop while charging your headphones at the same time. The main socket can provide 600 watts sustained or 1200 watts surge for a short period of time. But this is shared across both sockets, so be aware of your wattage for your devices. Here are some indicative times that you can expect your power station to run devices, although in my testing it's actually much longer, as it easily ran my camping fridge with solar continually. The cigarette lighter can provide 120 watts, which is provided at 12 volts at 10 amps, which means it's great for those camping situations. On top of the unit is a 15-watt wireless key charger for the ultimate inconvenience. Now simply dump your mobile phone on top and just watch it charge. For input, you can charge the unit from the mains at 110 volts at 4 amps or 240 volts at 2 amps for a maximum of 400 watts. The XT60 socket is specifically designed for connecting to solar panels and is quickly becoming the norm, and it feeds the built-in solar charge controller. It will accept voltages from 12 volts to 60 volts at up to 8 amps to a maximum total 220 watts. You can even charge the unit from the car at up to 200 watts. So you have extensive input and outputs with all the main sockets you need for that camping trip or that emergency backup at home. Now comes the smart home features. There is a large colourful display that shows you the input and output wattages, the percentage battery state, and the frequency of the power supply, which is 50 or 60 Hz, depending on your region. There is a time remaining based on the instantaneous power usage. This also doubles as an error code just in case something goes wrong. Along the top of the display are icons for power saving and fast charging modes, mute mode, output overload, DC and AC power indicator, UPS active, fan operation, car output charge mode, plus Bluetooth connection mode. Now in that list I mentioned Bluetooth, and that's because you can view the status and control the outputs all from the ALLPOWERS application, which I'll take you through shortly. Now I have built a camping battery box from scratch, and it was a great fun project for my daughter and I, but what you are paying for here is peace of mind. The ALLPOWER comes with high and low temperature protection, over discharge and charge protection, overload and short circuit protection, and overcurrent protection. Not to mention it comes with a 5-year warranty, so that's peace of mind that my home built battery never came with. And finally, you heard me mention the UPS active. That's because you can use the ALLPOWERS as a UPS with a switchover time of 10 milliseconds, which means you can use this to power your essential electronics with power pass-through and ultra-quick switchover times to allow you to power your devices even if there's a blackout. The ALLPOWERS even comes with a handy application that's available on Android and iOS. Links to the ALLPOWERS application in the description below. Make sure that the ALLPOWERS is turned on by pressing the power button, which is located next to the flashlight on the front. Press the USB power button for 3 seconds and you should see the Bluetooth icon turn on, meaning that it's ready for pairing. Now open the application. Open the application. Press the plus icon on the Bluetooth devices section. The application will provide you with instructions on how to pair. Press the next step button at the bottom of the screen. Your ALLPOWERS will show up here. Now select it. Your ALLPOWERS is now connected to the application, and as long as your ALLPOWERS is powered on, the Bluetooth is active and the device is within range, it will show up. The application main screen is separated into 5 sections. The top section shows the percentage remaining of the battery and is discharge remaining time, with a graphical representation of the unit and a power line underneath it. Below this is a power input and power output measurements, both in watts. In the third section is the power switch to control the main sockets. In the fourth section is the control for the DC output power switch, allowing you to isolate the DC outputs. And finally, in the fifth section is the control for the frequency of the mains output, which you need to set for your region, along with the switch for the integrated LED light. Selecting the 3 dots in the top right hand corner allows you to enter the ALLPOWERS settings. Here you can set the work mode. Mute mode caps the AC input so that the fans stay quiet. Standard mode is the middle ground, allowing for moderate power input and allowing the fans to cycle on and off with inputs up to 400 watts. Fast mode is the fastest charging mode, and the fans will potentially be at their loudest with no throttling. Below this is the eco selection. Here the power station will turn off when the AC or DC are less than 10 watts or after a user-determined duration. Unplug everything from the box. On the front is a display which is clear and informative. On the side there is an XD60, a pop-out fuse and a mains input. Open the side pocket. Remove the 1.5 meter cable. This is a barrel jack and an XD60 cable connection. The cable connection connect to various different adapters. Now connect the MC4 connectors. These are male and female and are waterproof. These are very typical in solar installations. Now tuck away the remainder of the cable and zip it back up. Open up the main panel and put out the extendable legs at the rear to angle as required. Now connect in the XD60 into your power station. And you should see that your input voltage has started. So here's my take on the ALLPOWERS R600. You get serious flexibility in a compact shell, multiple output options for whatever you're running, without lugging a large brick around. The 299 watt-hour battery might not sound huge, but when paired with a 100-watt solar panel, it's roughly a 3-hour refill from empty in good conditions, or simply enough to input to keep it topped up for those long camping trips. The key charger pad on top is a thoughtful touch, freeing up a USB port for something else. And the kicker, it can act as an uninterruptible power supply, or UPS. So when it's not in my camping kit, it lives underneath my desk, keeping my workstation online if there's any power outages. Now that's one feature alone that's already paid for itself. If you want to grab one, there are links in the description. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then hit that like button, comment and share. And if you want to have access to similar material, then subscribe or maybe become a channel member and get early access to material plus other perks. And if you want to join other like-minded people, then why not join the Discord channel, where smart home enthusiasts meet to solve each other's issues. And if I've helped you with a purchasing decision, then maybe a super thanks or a PayPal donation. It's really appreciated. Until the next one.